Hello and welcome back to Metaphor. So in the last episode, we just did the remaining follower free time stuff and finished up Virga Island. It is the night of the day, the night that we're leaving, and I paused it right here, right before story started. So, story now.
What's up, Del? Something on your mind?
There's nothing, just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just the twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
You sure? Because I remember, once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him? Magla-borne symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if, now, what if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
Oh man, I like that everyone's... I mean, they're kind of led to be this way, but everyone, for the most part, seems to want to help Fidelio. Because there's something about him. I don't want him to... I have a feeling that regardless, he's going to die, and that's the only way Basilio will ever come to our side, is like Luis kills Fidelio or something. And actually, we know that the final thing is also called Berserker, which would be a fitting thing for if something happened to his brother, he would go into a rage. Oh, these are all just complete assumptions, though. I don't want to... I'm just scared Fidelio's not going to make it. No problem.
No problem, I'll go.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
And then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you Saint Rella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her, and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area.
Ah.
I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognized the two of you.
You remember us?
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
But I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing? Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look.
They're so submissive to her.
Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right? For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that, you've got a Gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an Elder Captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
Well, how do I put this?
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
And Forden. I'm sure she's on our side. Regardless. That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Well, there you have it.
So you're committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now, do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm. And they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop. I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
So there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
Suffice it to say the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saint's Day is over.
Oh, we did convince him to be like, all right, if you want to fight, you gotta fight. That makes sense. Okay.
I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
Yes, understood.
Then please, look after Juna.
Ugh. You do know I'm not a child anymore.
That's why I chose the top option.
Gotta be faster than that.
You spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage. Damn it, you haven't won yet.
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
So she came all the way here, according to their story. But just didn't heal anyone. How is that going to help? I guess she probably put his mind at ease, and she knows it's connected to emotion. So her telling him that might have actually kind of soothed him a little bit. I don't know. We sent Rella back to Grand Trad with teleportation magic, avoiding the gaze of the brothers, who were, fortunately, too winded to notice. Gallica? Gallica level? No?
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Dell's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you?
Uh-oh.
Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head buried in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? Long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it.
Oh god, he's changing sides. Anyone who reads this.
In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice.
I'm just quickly taking in the art here. Some of these aren't very grand ambitions for a fantasy. You know, like a clown or a plague doctor. A farmer. A tailor. A knight. A dancer? A ballet? Whatever's going on there. Obviously artist and scientist. Janitor in the top left. That's not really the greatest one. I don't know what the one under his finger is, because the other one is a painter, so the one on the right is... I wish he'd move his hand.
Pretty words, then. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced. You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too. At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Aye. But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del. You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over. Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Oof.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I really hope I'm wrong about my assumption that he's got to die for Basilio to...
Now then.
Switch sides. Well then, we'll be departing today. But what's this I hear about a festival on the island? The islanders all seem to be headed for the coast.
Yes, of course.
The village wants to show their gratitude to us and wish us a safe journey. Thanks to the tides, I believe we can still make it by the deadline even if we leave tomorrow. What? The festivities include a sacred rite where a dragon god statue is set alight in a ceremonial bonfire. It's said that if you offer prayers to it with someone, your wishes will come true. Oh, isn't that just marvelous? And who will our dear captain pray with tonight, I wonder? Heisme. Or Gallica. Sure. Wow, I should have just went a little farther because that does seem like a good stopping point. So we're gonna have some sort of festival? And with that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down. Damn.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
I say, these locals are bally well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical Magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know? Ah, speaking of, I finished with the lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Dell's all better, and we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all had a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar, and he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise. Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? It makes a man feel as if he owes you.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabury ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
He booked it. Why is he not a follower?
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats!
And those are?
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
I believe the innkeeper guy was telling us about that, and he's like, yeah, too bad you'll never get to try Dragon's Tears, or I think it was Dragon's Tear. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
The juice burst forth as soon as I put it into my mouth.
Sounds. I feel quite.
You drunk?
Right. What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing. But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old times, old long times ago people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
Phew. Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. We don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone?
Oh, don't you? Certainly have plenty of time. This is a rare opportunity. Who should I invite?
Decided on someone?
Can I decide later? I have to choose? Wait, I guess I did make a save point right before this. Okay, so they kind of did think of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I do it 7 times? It depends if they let me freely roam. If they do, then we'll see. I'm gonna go with the choice that I would make, just in case I don't reload and see them all. Honestly, I think Heisman's probably my favorite character. Gallica and Yufa are up there. Everyone is fairly equal, though. Oh god, one moment. Alright, screw it. It would be Heisman. It would be Heisman as my top first choice, but I do want to reload and see all of it. But we're starting with Heisman, just in case it's like really long and there's nowhere to save or something. The gentle rhythm of the waves produces a most soothing sound, a far cry from the noise and pomp of the feast. My apologies, my nose has been running since earlier for whatever reason. My eyes feel unusually sore as well. After we partook in that dish, the dragon's tear? My memories became quite hazy from that point. Could you help me recall what happened next? He wants to know. You cried.
Well, sure.
You poured your heart out through your tears. I thought as much. It appears as though I've embarrassed myself in front of you. I cannot deny I enjoy a good drink more than most. I've made a habit of carrying a bottle with me. Consequently, I did not think it was possible for me to lose myself in a single serving. It may be safe to assume that the fruit was what inspired our minds to become so liberated. Alcohol doesn't hold a candle to it. I must politely refuse any further helpings, but I wouldn't say no to sitting down with you for a drink at some point. Of course, only once you've had a few more years behind you, and are capable of appreciating a fine drink's flavor. So, that is the famed Pillar of Fire. As I understand it, if we were to make our wishes a reality, all we need to do is write them down on a paper and cast them into a blaze. I'm not the type to beg for the gods' favor, but it would be rude to disrespect our host's beliefs, so I'll partake in the ritual. And that should be it. Next, we are to offer a prayer to the dragon god. Surely we're not offering prayers to that human we subdued, are we? Once is fine, but let's not make a habit of showering devotion upon our foes, yes? That's not quite it.
No.
I don't think that's quite accurate.
Indeed.
Right. The prayers are offered for the original dragon god. I wonder if this island's deity would extend its protections to us as well.
But
Upon further thought, perhaps we shouldn't address our wishes to the dragon god, whom we have only the most tenuous of connections with. Our wishes should belong to us alone. We already know of a power that is always at our side and provides us with strength. Yes, we should offer our wishes to our archetypes. Oh.
Oh.
Perhaps I'm just intoxicated by the merging of sea and flame, but I feel as though my soul has been laid bare, and the blemishes upon it have been corrected. The true benefit of these festivals is the introspection they inspire in their quietest moments, I think. Oh, I had almost forgotten, but I have a gift for you. I polished an old sword of mine. I believe you may be able to make masterful use of it now. Thank you? Thank you, Ice May. I found purpose in serving as your blade, but there may be a time when I'm unable to assist you. In those moments, I hope that my sword may offer you protection in my stead. It's not an overly sentimental idea, is it? Perhaps the influence of the dragon's tear yet clouds my mind. After receiving his gift, we return to the others? Silence! That was a thief weapon. Okay, well, before this continues, I'm going to reload and see them all. I wish I could have looked at the weapon. But we'll see what we get from the others. Wow, it immediately, just one skip and you're here. They knew this was going to happen. Okay, well, we got to do all of them. And Nurse is in the list. Interesting. And my voice needs to go back and forth a little bit here, so well, let's get June out of the way. Because these aren't voiced. I'm going to avoid Nurse for a minute. Two people walking side by side, enveloped by the sound of waves as the sun-kissed horizon disappears into the darkness of the starry sky stretched overhead. I wonder what the others would think if they saw us like this. That we had something special? Probably. They would think we had something special between us. Wow. Oh, well, aren't you daring? You wouldn't want to see me in a whole... You wouldn't want me to see you in a whole new light, would you? I do wonder, though, what's going to happen when you find that special someone? I suppose I stand as much a chance as any other, no? That was a good response. Clearly I said the wrong thing for points, but... but shall we head to the fire? Wouldn't want the others to worry if we're not back before dark. Oh, he skipped a lot of lines there. Heisman had a whole thing back there. Wow, I can sense magma flowing through the flames. I'm not really one to beg a deity for anything, but given the situation we're in, anything's worth a try. You don't pray? Do you dislike the idea of praying for help? Nothing against it per se. I just prefer to take action than leave it in someone else's hands, no matter how godly. Not to say that I think I'm some kind of superwoman, that I can bend fate to work out exactly as I want it to. Being Rella's little sister, becoming a songstress, helping the prince, meeting you and standing here now, you can't chalk all that up to sheer force of will. There's got to be some grander power that's guided me along, no matter how gently.
Got it?
So let's get to it, shall we? We're gonna pray to the dragon god for our efforts to bear food.
And?
Wait, why is the paper so puny? You don't expect me to fit my every wish in such a small space, do you? What'd you wish for? It's late, isn't it? But hey, can I perhaps stay with you a little longer? There's something I want to give to you, Will.
Well?
It's nothing special. I just want you to know I appreciate that you're always doing your best. I picked out something that I thought would suit you. You can stop building it. Thank you. Sure. That's really nice of you. If you keep up this pace, who knows, maybe one day you'll be a man strong enough to be worthy of me. Don't keep me waiting,
Bye.
There, now we can head back. What? Give me a gift. Stylish fan. Okay, I really wish I could look at the stats here, but... Okay. So they're all given their original thing here. I honestly, oh, wait. Hold on. All right, what I was going to say is, honestly, I think Heisme might have been the best choice then, as far as like the reward goes, if they're all going to give their original. Because Ninja looks very like well-rounded. It's got multiple elements on it. It's got, I don't know, it's just got a lot to it. Like, I almost, like, I want to unlock Ninja as soon as possible, and I kind of want to stay on it, but I don't know. Then there's also Yuva on Summoner, but a weapon on Summoner isn't really that big of a deal, unless the sub thingy is good for it. So I don't know. But those two are done. Well, let's go with, let's get Hulkenberg out of the way. Trying to rest my voice. Feasts are truly the most joyous occasions, are they not? And the food, a most wondrous parade of new delights, one after another. Especially that dragon's tear, was it? The moment it graced my tongue, I was floating on a cloud, ascending towards the heavens. I most generously attempted to force Stroll to experience it, and he had the gall to say, "Get away from me, you lush." I never thought him so modest. Perhaps I've assumed too much about him. How drunk did you get?
Hold on. Wait!
Such a baseless accusation. Me, a former royal knight. To think I would act so disgracefully. I would never...
No.
A moment. Did I truly? Preposterous. My dishonorable conduct witnessed by others. Forget all you saw. Banish the memory from your mind. This is an order from a representative of the royal court. Yes, ma'am. Wait under the pillar of fire. I need but a moment. I shall splash some water on my face and be there imminently. And you saw nothing this night. From what I understand, we're to write our wish on a piece of paper and cast it into the fire. Have you decided what you will ask for? That's a secret. Oh, something embarrassing perhaps, that you'd like to keep from the others. Then I shan't pry.
Truth is...
Truth be told, at first I was at a loss as to what I should wish for. But then I saw your face and I realized it. Perhaps I knew all along that this is what I wanted. If your decision has been made, let us write it down and cast it upon the flames. You saw his face? What are you wishing for, Hulkenberg? Do you have a crush on him?
All right.
And that's all we're to do. And with this, the Dragon God should give our desires an audience, or so they say.
Hail.
Hey, Will, care to offer as a guess as to what I wish for? More food?
Sure.
You wish for a mountain of delicious food.
What?
Is your opinion of me so low? Though I suppose it's not inaccurate to say I couldn't refuse a divine cornucopia. At first, I considered wishing solely for His Highness's safety, but I thought that it would be more appropriate to ask for more.
I'd say...
I wish not only for his safety, but for you and all of our comrades. What I wish for is victory. Perhaps I ask too much, but I think being in your company long enough has taught me that we must dream recklessly, I thought myself a mere knight protecting the prince, yet now I find myself under your aegis instead. To return that protection tenfold, it gives me new strength every day. That is... hold a moment, Will. A most fortuitous find. An exceptional piece of driftwood, balanced most perfectly for swinging in an arc.
Fret not.
I will carve it into a fine weapon. I believe it will prove to be most useful. What? Thank you? Why are we thanking her? Hearing that, ensured the effort will be well worth it. I shall bear you in mind as I craft it, like a smith of bespoke blades.
Let us go.
Now then, shall we return to the runner? I've an axe there that I'd idly suited for this task. Did you just craft me a weapon with driftwood? Driftwood lance? Okay. You know what? That actually might be on par with Heisme's. Yeah, because I'd probably have her on some sort of knight. No matter what. I don't know. I still don't know the stats. Maybe I'll look them up after we do all these, but... Okay, that one's done. Let's do Yuva. The sea looks different today. Mayhaps it is because I'm with you. Oh, I'm sorry. I've forgotten something very important. What? Oh.
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but all is well now. Shall we go? Is this part of the ritual?
Hold on.
In truth.
There is peril in gazing upon a smile such as mine. So, by donning this mask, I am protecting you. What? You see, Juno warned me that my smile was enough to knock everyone out.
That was a great help.
Oh. And thank goodness she did, as my carelessness just now might have killed you. I'm glad I remembered her words before letting myself grin. It's a turn of phrase. What she said was a turn of phrase, an idiom.
Indeed.
What? Did I misunderstand? Turn around, run again. I thought surely she meant I was capable of a one-shot kill with a mere smile. I suppose not. I'm glad to have learned I am not, in truth. And I have you to thank for it. Now, I'll remove this mask because it is rather stuffy. Were you able to make your wish? Me too. I wished with all my might that we may receive the Dragon God's blessing as we set out to sea anew. It's largely symbolic now, but the festival actually started out as a ritual. On the eve of the fishing season's arrival, as the first vessels shoved off, we would set a dragon statue alight.
It's all right.
The flames and smoke became a beacon and guided our fishers in the dark, as the Dragon God's protection would too. And that was the idea. Now we only do it for special departures. I've enjoyed it.
I'm quite grateful.
I'm pleased to hear it. What did you wish for? Ooh, wow, you can be very direct.
That's...
My wish is for everyone, the safety of everyone. You are amazing.
Oh, you.
The first time I met you, I felt there was something special, truly, deeply special about you, and now I know I wasn't mistaken. What do you mean? I mean just what I said.
I'm indebted to you now.
It's so wonderful to have the time to talk with you like this. Thank you very much for inviting me out. Actually, I've a gift for you. If I bring it to the inn, would you do me the honors of receiving it?
Actually...
It's a little keepsake from when I used to dance at festivals. I think it'll serve you well on your journey. I'll treasure it. No, it's not so much about the thing itself. I just wanted to give you something. Oh. Okay, yeah. So, the most likely is Knight, Thief, and Summoner, for sure. I think Stroll probably won't forever stay on Warrior, but maybe. But he has high strength. I think I could throw him a Brawler too, so. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna do Nurus, Gallica, and then Stroll. Yeah. I love how the order I'm choosing is to like give my vocal cords a rest. But I'm picking and choosing back and forth to try to make it easy. A fine vista this. Makes me regret leaving my paints and canvas back in the runner. Bright red flames reaching up to the starry sky. All rather picturesque, isn't it? I've got to burn this into my memory. You're quite the artist. Finally noticed, have you? Yes, when you train your eye to better observe things in nature, there are sorts of inspiration to be found around you. If you need an explanation, or an example, look no further than the ambitious Gauntlet runner, Amphibious. Boggles the mind, eh? I've had to design all completed in my mind, but I never thought I'd see the day where it actually crossed the sea. Though if we're going down that road, I used to think I'd never see that runner put to proper use in the first place.
Thanks.
So, well, let me thank you. It's all thanks to you that one of my dreams came true. Likewise. You've really helped me out. Well, I dare say this is as good a time as any to make our wish in that bonfire. My dreams won't end with the Gauntlet runners alone. Why, if anything, the real quest starts now. No harm in asking for a god for help, what? Come now, off we go.
Aha!
All looks rather impressive. We just have to write our wish on a piece of paper and throw it in, eh? On second thought, I think I'll change my wish. You're bound to wish for the good of the country or something for the sake of your friends, I bet. Then there's me next to you with only selfishness in mind. Fearing God's wrath? You think their God would take offense? Frankly, lad, if the gods of the world aren't boiling mad at me yet, then this is just a drop in the bucket. Hold on. The Islanders never said you had to narrow down your wish to one thing, eh? Then my wish is to fly in the sky will stay as is. I'll just add an extra prayer for everyone's safety on top. Yes, I dare say that's a worthy compromise.
Hey.
I say, I've just had a thought. This pillar of fire. Suppose I used magic to generate something similar, and then used the updraft for vertical lift. What do you think? Yes, I can test the principles with the runner's controls, but the problem is its staying power. Seems worth experimenting with later.
Speaking of...
I've just remembered. There's something I wanted to give you. You see, one of my ideas to make a Gauntlet runner fly was to launch it using a massive sort of custom-designed ballista. Except, no matter how I calculated it, the runner tended to come apart mid-flight, so that was a wash. However, even if the prototype model wasn't as good as a ballista, it turned out to be a rather fine crossbow. No use to me, so you may as well have it. Okay. Can't wait to try it. I'll be sure to take care of it. Yes, and it turned out quite nicely, if I do say so myself. Failure's not all bad, eh? It leads to little surprises like this. Whenever you challenge yourself, you'll always get something meaningful or valuable out of it. That might even be more important than success. Put more indulgently, it is in failure that we find the true charms of life.
Now then.
Let's go get you some of life's true charms. Okay. Prototype beta. Alright. Gallica's turn. And then Stroll.
It's so pretty.
Oh, I thought she was just randomly going to be voiced. How the fires reflects off the ocean. Not even God could refuse granting a wish made in a scene like this. Hey, what do you think God is? That's a question. Sanctism and this village's religion both have a God, right? And they all believe God protects them and makes them happy. But is it actually possible for everyone in the world to be happy? If someone's not happy, what is their god doing? I don't know. This world is just full of mysteries that we'll never know the answer to, huh? I just want there to be a less unhappiness in the world, though I suppose it's pretty hard to quantify, really. Anyway, back to reality. Should we go make our wishes? Nothing to lose from trying, right?
Yeah!
There we go. If you don't grant my wish, you'll regret it, you hear? I think adding that gives a better chance. Ooh. It's totally coming true now. I gotta be sarcastic. Oh, it's totally coming true now. Right? Don't mess with me if my wishes don't come true. I wish for all the world's anxiety to be replaced with hope. Why not dream big, right? When we don't know what lies ahead, then that's when we're the most anxious, right? And that's pretty much true of most of our lives. All the more reason to enjoy life for what it is and hope for the best. You gotta expect to be anxious about stuff. It's a good way to look at it. Got a pretty good perspective. I'm just saying, if we can wake up the prince, I think that would give people hope, and considering how far you've come, I think you're gonna see it through. Have you really thought about that? How far you've come? I mean, you've grown so much since you got pushed off a cliff in the desert. I should know, I've been there the whole time. Wait, you guys were together way before that though, right? That's just when I started watching you. What did you wish for, Will? Out of all the options, this is probably the one that just makes the most sense to me.
Right.
I wish for everyone's safety. Damn. I'm sure that when you make a wish, God listens.
Thank you.
Pio, I had a great time at this festival. Thanks for that. I'd like to give you something, not as thanks or anything. I found it on the beach the other day. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Take care of it, will you? Thank you.
I've got this.
It's a weapon, okay? Get it back to the runner. Getting it back to the runner was a nightmare, so you better equip it. I mean, if I could go wizard, not wizard, but what is after wizard? Warlock, then I would. Whalebone rot, damn. Must have been hard to find. All right. Stroll. Stroll is the only one left.
Yeesh.
My lord, what's in those dragons' tears? We've got Heisme babbling on and crying his eyes out. Then Hulkenberg and Yufa were having sword fights with my arms. This banquet has been memorable. Right, and now seems as good a time as any to go make our wishes at the Dragon God statue.
All right.
You make your wish. I considered a few, but settled on wishing for our victory over Luis. It felt important enough. We'll have no second chance after all. If you really think about it, you realize how with each passing moment, any number of people out there in this country are making their own wishes for our future. The future. And all those wishes, they're our responsibility too. I find that somewhat terrifying. I know the feeling.
Huh?
You too, huh? You know, sometimes I have this dream. Well, more of a nightmare. Luis gets the best of us and we die. Ridiculous, isn't it? To be brought low, so low by a dream. Especially when all I've got to do is make sure it never comes true.
So?
What about you? Did you wish for something? Everyone's safety. Ooh, he likes that one less. He probably prefers country. Your wishes, they seem to come true. I've felt that way since all the way back at the fort. Regardless, I have faith. In you, that is, Will.
Hey!
Did you two make your wishes? What did you wish for? You're not supposed to tell anyone, you know?
For real?
Well, that's unfair. I bet you told Will. Oh, I see. Something not fit for a lady's ears, was it?
Huh?
Oh, come off it. If that's the impression I've given you, you're sorely mistaken. Tell her she's wrong, Will. Never mind that. Did you two notice? The brothers have been staring daggers at us since earlier. Seems like as good a opportunity as any. Might be time to go sweet talk 'em, Huh. Why did strolls have the only thing related to that? As easy as that. She's so aware of her surroundings all the time. I suppose that's how she managed to sneak into Luis's good graces. I could never. I know I could never manage something like that. Yeah, I'm just surprised that even at a time like this, she has her guard up. Takes an extraordinary self-discipline, and I admire her for it. Hard to tell what the Magnus brothers are thinking, but let's pray they don't catch on.
Right.
No, right. I found something interesting on the island. A fairly decent greatsword washed right up on shore. I'm not sure you'll find it useful, but I think it's best in your hands. Is it usable? Of course. It's cleaned up rather nicely with a little elbow grease. I left it on the runner, so if you want it, let's go have a look. Okay. Rebel's greatsword. Alright. I think I'm going to reload, do Heismaze, and keep that, though. If anything. Because I don't know how long he'll stay on Samurai after I hit 20. Heismaze still got to finish Assassin and start Ninja, so he'll have it for more use for it. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, and Ninja has good auto attacks, so... Alright, I'm gonna hit skip. Oh. He cried.
Oh, sure.
Oh, it's skipping all the choices. I see. That's not quite it. I'm gonna say the same stuff I said before. Thank you. There we go. Now we can continue the story. I definitely enjoyed that, though.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del, what are we believing, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
My theory that, like, Luis had to do with the experiments that led to Heisme being related, because his kid died to the Parapus riots, and then I think his kid died to the Parapus riots. There was a riot, and no one would help his kid. Like, I forgot the exact text for it, but. And then I thought that maybe Luis caused that, which gives him an extra, you know, tie to wanting to take Luis down. And if these guys were experimented on as well, and it was Luis's fault, that would be a good reason to get against him. If it's not Luis's fault, though, then damn, that's unfortunate.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end... he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and It sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us? Starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
I saw it with my own eyes. That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
Wait, what? He was there?
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know, I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
Ooh. So tonight's our last night on the island.
So?
Tomorrow's the big day, so let's make sure we get plenty of rest. Oh, man!
What do you want to do?
Okay, thank you. I hope the brothers are okay. I don't think they know the particulars of our plan, but we can't let our guard down. When we first arrived, I never thought we'd be making a journey to Alterberry, with hope in our hearts. Let the waves rock us then. We will prepare ourselves for the trials to come.
Yes.
I cannot have my stomach grumbling while afield. I should buy myself a small ration of something before we depart. The trouble is finding a food that will not spoil.
Well,
I just hope we can get out of here without being attacked.
I beg your pardon, but...
Well, Will, since we'll be journeying together for some time, I want to thank you for having me. I'm sad to leave my brother, and I will miss him dearly, but I know in my heart this will be a grand adventure. I'm a bit concerned about what Fidelio's gonna choose.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I mean, it changes things knowing he overheard us, and then he knows we're lying to him, you know? I must say, I'm sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Brylehaven. And Martira, a new world of cuisine is but a few days away, if you'll just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals. Wow, you're really taking this hard. Well, when you said your goodbyes to the people and food, meet me at the Gauntlet Runner. What? You're gonna make me look around?
Hold on.
Oh. When you're ready, everyone will be waiting for you. Shit, well, we do a quick round then. Nah, I mean, they're not updated. And you always just say the same 3 things. Yeah.
What's up?
They're not going to have anything. Yeah, because we can teleport back, so I don't imagine anyone... There's going to be big dialogue changes, but...
Grand, isn't it?
I'll do a round quick. Everyone's still grayed out, so yeah. I think for the most part, there's no dialogue. It's just, do you want to restock before you leave?
Hello there.
Did you enjoy yourself yesterday? The village has not had a banquet in some time, so we truly tried to make it special. I can hardly remember the last time I heard such raucous laughter across the island. What you've done for us is truly priceless. In Etria, we shall no longer be an island that rejects all outside influence. Yeah, I feel like you said this before. Instead, we'll welcome travelers regardless of tribe and receive them off warmly. That is my vision for the island. I hope you'll come back soon and see how we're doing. You'll always be welcome. Oh, and please take care of Yufa. Yeah, I feel like I have read that before, but just in case. He started off saying something unique, so...
Yes?
You have any different water? No.
Beg pardon?
All right. Finally taken off. This has been a long one, though. There's like 5 or 6 episodes here of just side quests. This is definitely a long part.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
Which one did you hide?
We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties! What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Batlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back, with some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
Oh boy. 2, 3.
This is Altaberry Heights.
That's
We'll
it?
make
3
faster
days?
progress back on land.
Huh. Okay, well, as she said, we'll make faster progress on land.
This place here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Cliff Shade Camp.
Hold on.
Stony Camp. It looks like we have 2 new things along the way, too. Damn, we've almost got, like, the full map going on here. Hey, what is this? Malva.
Let's see.
Villagers in the homes carved out of the mountain prefer living in self-sufficiency. Where Where is the hidden village that the prince is at? It's not like over here, is it? No, they took a car or a carriage like this way. Yeah, actually, maybe it is there. Maybe they like came out like that. I'm very curious where they're actually from. Okay.
This
Snow. Oh hell yeah. Here's Altaberry Heights. I am on auto. It's quite a ways. I think we'll make it in time. Without a problem. This fine wind should have us make landfall by the morrow, so the whole trip should be 2 nights with 3 days of travel. So I'll only have to endure 1 of being rocked sick. Well, there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain, for Stroll's sake, let's make haste. Full speed ahead to Altaberry Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
I'm really worried that they hid the wrong lance or something. Neris would definitely make that mistake where he just made it too good and you can't tell which one he knew. We accidentally give Luis the real one and we try to kill him with a fake one. That would be bad. 2 more days until we reach Altaberry. Well, at least on this journey we don't have to worry about sea monsters anymore. Thank goodness we're finally bidding farewell to that sweltering heat. The island and its people were absolutely lovely, though. How do islanders deal with such heat? Though I suppose a hair like mine only amplifies the problem. Just be glad it's not black hair.
Seriously.
You realize there was probably a way to get that lance that didn't involve saving that pagan girl, yeah? I suppose I can't complain since you got the lance either way. Still, if you want Count Luis's favor, take my advice and stop playing hero. Wait.
Got it.
Got a shower. Damn, 100. No one in here, really. Let's go down here. No one in here. Where the hell? I guess they're all out on the deck.
Let's go.
What are you? Imagination. I don't know if we've ever done one with her out here.
All right then. Go.
Hot shower. Oddly bittersweet to think this view of the endless ocean might be my last for a while. The soothing sway of the waves gave me such pleasant dreams. I confess I'll miss them. We have teleportation. I wouldn't stress too hard about it. Seriously though, where? Oh, there you are.
You.
Gotta hand it to you. I can't believe you actually got that relic off him. Couldn't afford to cock up a job for Lord Luis though, could you? Otherwise he'd just be dead weight. Oh boy. Alright, I'm missing someone. I can't find Stroll for the life of me. Did we already talk to him? And there's no new entries there, okay. Well, I think we might hang out with Yufa. Stroll, are you... Oh, you're hiding back here.
Hey.
Later? Oh man, imagine it. Oh, but Courage is very close though. Yufa added something. It appears to be a Mustari authored travelogue and guide of lands outside the island. It's been thoroughly annotated by Yufa. I have yet to start reading it. Mustari's guide to the life outside the island. It must be tough for them. Tolerance. We just double check it. This book might actually just send me to 5 tolerance. Well, I do want to read the book. Oops, wrong book. Oh my. This menu. Go. The travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island, told through the Mustari author's first-hand experience. It contains practical guides for things like creating an altar while traveling or making eye contact with unmasked people. These encapsulate some of the difficulties Mustari people face while living outside the island. Yufa must have read and reread this thoroughly. The book is nearly in tatters. Living in a totally foreign culture sounds so difficult, and yet this author and Yufa are jumping right into it. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increases tolerance.
All right.
Oh yeah, if I have to read the book 3 times, that might max out.
The Gauntlet runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Making that sound like a creepy spot. I mean, it looks pretty peaceful around here. What? Reach the city the day after tomorrow. I can feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. I bet it'll be pretty cold in Altaberry. It's a little dark here. Now that we've made landfall, I miss the sight of the sea runner gliding gracefully through the water. Then again, nothing quite like the sight of those legs kicking off the ground with all that power. Tonight I shall bask in the beauty of our fine Gauntlet runner. Okay, you have the same thing as before. Everyone's gonna be imagination now, I assume. Yep. Yeah, I think nighttime is just imagination stuff. That Mustari festival is on the island weren't too bad. Eh? Reminds me a bit of the bashes we used to have with the other Parapus lads. Lady Juna's smile, though, that was the biggest surprise. Never seen her so... Bah, never mind. Forget I said anything. We got Heisme here. Shite. Something still feels off. How long have you been there? Wipe that look off your face. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm worried. I'm worried for you, sir. Okay. That's it. Although I should have cooked today, I can still cook? Yeah, I used quite a few of these. I'm actually gonna make like 3.
Let's check.
I used a bunch on that worm. All right. Oh man, there we go. Tolerance. Introduction. This section on Grand Trad contains a list of recommended shops to visit. The words "must go" are written in small letters next to some, presumably by Yufa. However, the author does advise against praying at restaurants in Grand Trad. Doing so will greatly increase the chances of being kicked out, apparently. And this is the same line.
All right.
Oh. Eloquence is the farthest, though. If anyone ever needs or offers that, I'm going for that. Although if I get to do any more
Time
speeches,
marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Speeches for sure.
It would seem that...
We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montario from the island, but I never imagined I would see them this close. Eltaberry remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly, its people have perfected the art of the piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera in the kingdom, Opera House, as well. I suppose that'll be the stage of our confrontation with Luis.
Guess.
Let's keep our hopes high. Just don't make it happen right when we get there, we're gonna have problems. There are some tall mountains on the horizon. About time we made it to the mountains. Never much minded sea travel myself. Basilio, though, he turns green at the thought. We're returning to land earlier than expected. Shame about leaving behind the fishing. And if we had the luxury of time on our journey, I wonder what bounties of the mountain and woodlands I might have found as well. I'm gonna have trouble justifying fishing now. Uh-oh. Hey. It seems like Dell's foot's all healed up now, thanks to Lady Rella. Now what's that look? What's got you looking so pleased? Can't make sense of all this. We are destroying them mentally. They don't know what to do anymore.
Well then.
200. 150. Give me 101 experience. I'll take that. Nope.
Got it. All right then.
Okay, according to the map. Nothing going on here, so I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook one of these.
Okay, so
We've already done that one. I'm gonna go to the watchtower just to see what it's like outside.
Let's go.
What? It's not snowing yet. Oh. I guess that might be what they're trying to imply with the little white particles there, but I was really hoping for more actual snowy fields. Read the button. Travelogue, introduction. A section detailing the small, cute animals that exist outside the island is particularly worn. Yufa must have returned to this section often, but it goes on to depict some methods mainlanders use to keep and raise animals for food. I can feel the authors and Yufa's shock through these pages. Tolerance. And we finished the whole book, so... Oh! Never mind, we're already at 5.
Tolerance.
One of the virtues. Take up the mantle of benevolence.
Why, that's...
Precious kindling. Thank you. We did it! Which means this is completely wasted, but it's fine. There's gonna be a lot of that pretty soon here.
Come look at this!
Oh, you lot aren't going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The Gauntlet runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation. none can say.
Oh. Oh, damn.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off of that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine. Makes me want to scream? I don't know why, but I suddenly want to scream out into this distance.
On guard!
A damn boar-faced Sanctus Scullions.
What?
Gah, oi, what's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I'm reminded of the time that you were all yelling before me. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit. But if I may, I'd like to try my hand at this yelling. That part was great. Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn. I feel you. I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and this girl's just too charming. Never change, love. Well, does anybody else have something to yell about? I sense that gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream somehow broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Do it. Oh, it's so far.
As for me...
Oh, now then I suppose it's old Neris's turn. I prepared a list of complaints that I wish to recite to you all on a daily basis, and... rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions.
Bombs away!
But I must scream. As always, I've drawn this place. Here. Thank you.
The Gauntlet runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark.
What?
To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet runner can provide.
Why does this place sound so dangerous? Yeah. Looks a bit dangerous. Only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Alterbury, well, you know what's gonna happen. I sure do. At this pace, we'll reach Alterbury sometime tomorrow. You got the lance in the end, so I'll not deny that you've got the skill for it, but I'll still be watching you until it's in Count Luis's hands.
Hey.
Nicer. Night chills are creeping in. I suppose that means we're closing in on Alterbury. Well, once the lance is in Lord Luis's hands, I'll be out of your hair, eh? The days really flew by. I doubt that. You're a permanent party member. Okay, she's in the kitchen. You're here. I have finished the book. I do need to max imagination. So I should hang out with one of them. It's just, who? Yeah, I haven't done hers at all yet, though. I don't think I've done Juna's either. But we're right here.
Pardon me, but...
Oh, Will. Are you free at the moment? I just finished meditating, and I'd like to talk with you for a bit, if you don't mind. Recall and planning for the future. Maybe I can hone imagination. Yep. I've only heard about the outside world from imported books and my brother's stories. I can't believe that starting today, I will travel those lands myself. I never would have had the confidence to attempt such an adventure on my own. I am truly glad to have met you and everyone else, Will. Glad to have you. Yes, well, you've all been so incredibly kind. Our conversations have made me feel quite welcome. Speaking of which, Juna graciously gave me some advice about trips such as this one. She said, make sure you keep one eye on your wallet whenever you're in town, and never ever ever follow a stranger somewhere. Juna's kindness truly knows no end. I feel quite lucky to go on a trip with so many people watching over me. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to ask you, what were things like when you began this journey, Will? I must admit, I'm somewhat curious about the place where your mission began. It is my hope that one day, when this is all over, that I may visit it. Discuss the possibilities.
All right.
Holy. That was a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. I was having so much fun talking with you. The time escaped me. Is it all right if we continue? We talk for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Do we still have a daytime here? Or are you just going to go right in? Because if you don't, I may end it early.
'Tis nearly time.
'Tis only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. I wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later, we'll have to hand the Dracadios over to him. One must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We'll just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to sell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it.
All right, then.
Tonight, we'll deliver the lance. Okay, you are straight up delivering the lance when we get there. This will be the last time we get to relax for a while. Once we arrive, we'll be jumping right into it. Can't blame you for being nervous. After all, we don't know what's coming.
It's coming up.
We're finally getting closer to Altabury. Saint's Day Eve is at the Opera House. There's never been a stage quite like this. Not for me, and especially not for you. It's gonna be much colder in Altabury, you know? You're ready to layer up and keep warm, I hope. Your furless tribes have to do what you can. Winter's never really phased us Ujif, I suppose. The Divine Lance, and they call it a reclamation, but those Sanctus are pillaging the pagan treasures, plain and simple. Sanctism's got nothing for us. We got no faith in their god or their sanctors. And that's why we stand with Count Luis. Oh, in there.
All right, then.
Let's go.
Oh, it's starting to look like it might actually be cold out now. What is... You have a tent now? This is different. I was not here before.
All right, let's go.
There's no one there. Okay. Wow.
Let's head there right away.
Because they're implying that this is going to just go off as soon as we get there, I'm probably going to end it here. And in the next one... Oh, I gotta do the usual. The next one, we're just gonna go straight out. And hopefully, I'm praying that it doesn't go how I planned it in my head. Not planned it, but how I assume it's going to go in my head. With Fidelio turning out to be a good guy and switching to our side, but that leading to him getting killed. That is basically what I'm worried about. Maybe he tries to give the wrong lance on purpose. I don't know. I don't know. I'm worried for him more than I'm worried for us. Mostly because of Basilio, though. Where is Basilio? Why is he not here? I did just want to see him before I... What the hell? There's no way I missed him, right? Is he hiding in here? How can I not... Oh my god, there you are.
Damn it.
Sanctus Festival, is it? I get a pit in me stomach just thinking about it, going off without a hitch. At least it gives me a chance to hear Lady Juna sing, though. Better clean out your ears, eh? It's a privilege to listen to her, so don't go wasting it. Couldn't spot him there. Okay, and I'm probably going to hang out with Stroll and get, for sure, Courage rank 5 right away in the next episode. So, that's it for this one. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.